All right, welcome everyone, and good afternoon. Thanks for joining me. I really do appreciate it. So, in this live stream, as you probably noticed by the title, I do want to talk about the next 8 days here and how there's $1,800 worth of stimulus checks for some people, not everybody. I will elaborate here in just a minute. That is still on the table now, but in just a matter of 8 days, it's gone and you can no longer get it. So, I want to bring this to your attention, and yes, this is a real thing. In fact, the IRS just made another statement about it on Monday. Feel free to look it up if you want to, but they've been talking about this for a couple months now, and they've had multiple statements about it, and the latest one, like I said, was just on Monday, a few days ago. So I want to bring this to your attention if you are one of the people that is eligible for this. So again, up to $1,800 worth of, yes, stimulus checks that are still out there that are unclaimed. So I want to bring this to your attention, and again, if this helps out even just a couple people, it is 100% worth my time to do this, and it's probably worth your time too as well if you are somebody who is actually eligible to get some of this $1,800. So again, there's about $1 billion that is still out there right now available, again, for the next 8 days. If it is not claimed by the deadline, guess what? It's no longer claimable. You cannot get it. It is then becoming the property of the Treasury. So do you want the money or do you want the Treasury to keep it? Okay, that's the reality. Feel free to look it up if you want to. Again, I always say that as well. You can always fact check anything that I talk about. You're always welcome to look it up. The IRS just talked about it on Monday. Anyway, all right, so let me talk about what's going on here. I will identify exactly who. Again, I don't have like a list of names. I'm not going to go like through some list. John Smith, Mary Johnson. Again, I'm not going to have, I don't have some list. Okay, I'm just making up, names here. But my point is, I'll give you an idea of who may be eligible for this. You're going to know whether it's you or not. And I'll also tell you, based on what the IRS has said, the only way to claim this, there's only one way to claim it. And that's what I'm going to tell you, okay? So here's the thing. I know that a lot of you here in the community are fixed income beneficiaries, okay? I totally get that. What I'm going to talk about here in this video, and the only way to claim this may be outside the realm of something you may often do. Well, if it's outside the realm, but this is what the IRS says you have to do, then if you want it, you got to claim it that way, okay? Anyway, I'll get into that more in just a second, which, by the way, if you're joining me live here, here's what I'm going to do. Same thing I always do. Talk through the details for maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes-ish, give or take a little bit. I don't know how long it's going to take to go through all the details here. And then in a few minutes, I will jump into the chat box. I will go through some questions, comments, concerns, whatever there. And that's what we'll do. All right, so hopefully we're not here for an hour. I'm just saying, I've had a history of having these live streams way too long lately. I'll try to buzz through it and just do whatever I can to address your comments, questions, stuff like that. All right, so let me tell you what's going on here. So remember, a couple years ago, 2020, 2021, we got stimulus checks, right? We all know this. There were 3 stimulus checks. 2020, there was a $1,200 back in April of 2020, and in December of 2020 as well, there was $600, $1,800. Okay, that's what it comes down to. Now, let me tell you the details about this. Remember, the stimulus checks were in advance on a refundable tax credit. Okay, that simply means if you were to file a tax return, you could, claim this refundable tax credit. But instead of making you wait until the beginning of the next year to file your tax return to claim it, they said we're going to advance you the cash. Right? We're going to forward you the cash, and they gave it to you in the advanced refundable tax credit. It's exactly what stimulus checks were. And that's exactly what they are, okay? So anyway, as a result of that, how this happens is that anytime that you want to make an amendment or file a tax return and claim a credit or a refund or something like this, whatever it happens to be, you have 3 years from the time that is due in order to file that and still get that money. Beyond the 3-year period of time, then guess what? It's no longer claimable. The IRS or the Treasury keeps that money, okay? And that's exactly the deadline we're coming up to right here. So May 17th, which is next Friday, okay? So next Friday, 8 days from now, as I film this live stream right now, or host this live stream, I should say, in just 8 days is May 17th, okay? The end of the day, May 17th, it's over. So if you roll over to, say, midnight, okay, 12:01 on May 18th, okay? It's over. If you're watching this beyond May 17th, don't even watch any further. There's no point. because it's over. It's gone. The money is now the treasuries, okay? That's what I'm saying here, okay? So anyway, you have until the end of the day, May 17th, to claim this. Now, why? That doesn't really make any sense. Why May 17th? That's a weird day, right? Here's what they did. So back in 2020, because of everything going on, things were closed down, a lot of weird things are happening, they extended the tax filing deadline out by 1 month. Generally, it's April 15th, right? We all know this, okay? It's usually April 15th. But back in 2020, 2021, because of all the weird things that were happening, they extended out the 2020 tax filing season out until May 17th of 2021. They extended it by 1 month, okay? So here we are in May of 2024, 3 years later, okay? So next Friday, May 17th, is the 3-year timeline. This is the deadline in which that money will be going away if it is not claimed. And again, that's why I said at the beginning of this video, it's not for everybody, but it is for, about 1 million people that have $1 billion, by the way, okay? So that's what I want to bring to your attention. Now, again, I want to point this out as well. There's also the stimulus checks that are unclaimed, but as well, if you're somebody who's low income or fixed income and you generally do not file a tax return, but you may be eligible for other tax credits, guess what? You still have until next Friday, May 17th, to file your 2020 tax return to get those credits, okay? And if you don't, sorry, it's too late. Game over. That's it. Done for 2020. Now, if you're wondering about 2021, well, then guess what? You have until the same time, April 15th of next year, 2025. So you still have about, 11 months to go here for 2021. Okay, so you still got quite a bit of time. But anyway, that's what I want to bring to your attention. Now, that's where this $1,800 comes from. So that's why I said at the beginning of the video, this is not for everybody, but there's about 1 million people that are owed $1 billion, right? A fresh $1 billion on the table here. And if it's not claimed, it's no longer going to be ours, okay? So let me tell you exactly how to claim this if you are one of these people, okay? I want to preface this by saying this much. This is not tax advice. This is not accounting advice. This is not financial advice. This is not advice in any way, shape, or form. I'm just some schmuck on the internet, and I'm just talking about stuff, okay? Does not mean that you should take my advice. I'm just simply saying I have to say that it's a disclaimer, okay? So, disclaimer, there you go. All right, so here's what here's what we need to do. If you are somebody that did not get a stimulus check, whether it was the $1,200, the $600, or both back in 2020, okay? The only way you can get it now, you're not going to get some random deposit into your bank account. Not happening. Even though some other people out there with AI channels are saying, oh, deposit's coming tomorrow. Not happening, okay? We're not getting direct deposits in this anymore. The only way it can be claimed is by filing a tax return, a federal tax return, and you must claim the recovery rebate credit. The RRC is what it's called. It's right there on the 1040. You have to claim that. That is the stimulus check. It's not called a stimulus check on the 1040. It is called RRC, recovery rebate credit. That is the stimulus check on the tax return, okay? So there you go. Now, big question being, I have a lot of people ask me this. I get SSI. Do I still need to file? The only way you can get it is by filing a tax return with the IRS. That's the only way, okay? So I just want to point that out really quickly. Even if your income is, say, I don't know, $9,000, it's eventually going to get all zeroed out anyway because the standard deduction, all stuff like that. So yes, technically your income would be zero on paper. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with the zero income, especially if you have a real income and then you can zero it out with the standard deduction and other deductions that you may have. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, okay? But my point is the only way that it can be claimed now is by the filing of tax return, the federal tax return, not your state, your little old state. They're doing nothing for you anyway, okay? It's just with the IRS, and that's what it comes down to, okay? So you can file, if your income from 2020, I don't remember the exact amount, but I don't know if actually this is still available, but you can do the IRS free file this year for technically 2024, for the filing of 2023. If your income was below 79 grand, you could file an IRS free file. You could use this free software. Back in 2020, I think it was like $73,000, something like that. But if you're a fixed income beneficiary, your income is probably well below that threshold, okay? But anyway, you can file a very easy, simple, just federal tax return. You're basically going to enter a bunch of zeros. That's basically all it is as far as income and things like that. And again, I don't know your exact situation. You'll probably need to look up how much income you receive from Social Security or whatever it happened to be. Enter those in. It's all going to zero out eventually because of deductions. But the whole point is to claim that RRC. Does that make sense? So here's the thing. This is only for those people, and again, I want to keep saying this because I don't want any confusion to be out there saying, oh, is this an extra check? No, it's not an extra one. It's the ones that we already received or that we should have received. But if you didn't get it for some weird reason, then this is just for those people that did not get it, okay? So it's the $1,200, again, from 2020 that we got in April, or the $600 that we got at the end of 2020. Total of 1,800. Whether you got zero of them or you got only one of them, okay, you could still claim the other. So if you got the 1,200 but not the 600, you could still claim the 600. If you got the 600 but you didn't get the 1,200, you could still claim the 1,200. If you did not get either of them, you could claim both of them, okay? That's what it comes down to, okay? So if you want to look into this, by all means, feel free to do some additional research on this, but I just wanted to let you know about this as the deadline is coming up very soon here. Again, next Friday, you have 8 days to do this. And if you try to do this beyond the end of the day of May 17th, I'm going to say it again, don't bother. Seriously, don't even bother. There's no point. It's gone. Okay, so once you wake up on, what is that, Saturday morning of May 18th, if you didn't claim it, it's too late. That's it, okay? I know, that's rough, right? It feels like, whoa, that's really harsh. I know, that's the reality. But you've had 3 years, okay? So this is the money that's out there. The IRS has made a few statements about this, and they continue to say, hey, everybody, we have $1 billion here. Do you want to claim it or not? They keep telling us. And again, the last update that they had on this was just a couple days ago on Monday. So they came out and said, hey, we're still sitting on $1 billion of your money. If you want it, you might as well claim it now, because the timeline is coming up here, and that's what you need to do, okay? So anyway, best thing that I would say to do is, if you can, if you're somebody that is eligible for this, you may want to, if you do file a federal tax return, you may want to enter in direct deposit information. Again, do whatever you see best for your situation, but they may be able to offer you a direct deposit. Again, I'm not really sure. I have to look into that again. If they do actually send out direct deposits in this case, they should. There shouldn't be some weird reason why they can't, but they should be able to there. You're going to get the money way, way faster in this type of situation, okay? Versus waiting for a paper check. Oh yeah, you could be waiting a very long time. Now, why do I want to talk about this here in this video, even though it pertains to 1 million people? It's a relatively small percentage of our population, considering there's 334 million people in this country right now, right? So it's pertaining to 1 million people. Here's why. Do you know who the bulk of the people are that have not gotten these payments? Yeah, you guessed it, low income and fixed income who do not file a tax return. Those are literally like the majority of the million people that make up this money that have not received it, because if you didn't file a tax return, you didn't get it, right? If for some reason you did not get the checks automatically as a direct deposit back in 2020, well then you didn't get it, right? And this is the only way to claim it. This has been the only way to claim it for a couple of years now, which is by filing a tax return. Make sense? Okay, so anyway, this is all I wanted to share with you really quickly in this video. No, this is not a new stimulus check. I'm not saying that. I made that very clear earlier. So if you see anybody out there saying, oh, it's a new one, no, it's not. It's old. It's 3 years old, okay? It's 3 years old, and it's about to be extinct, okay? So anyway, does that make sense? So I hope this helps you. Again, I'm going to jump into the chat here in just a second. If you're joining me live right now, leave a comment, your questions, feedback, whatever, down below in the comment section. I'll do what I can to answer those for you. And again, as I preface this, it's not advice in any way, shape, or form, not accounting, not a tax. It's not financial advice in any way. Just look it up if you want to. But again, I just have to always say that. Just preface all this stuff by saying that. Otherwise, whatever. Okay. All right. So let me get into the chat box. I will do what I can to answer the questions and do what I can for you. But yep, we only have a couple days here left to go until this money's totally gone. So, all right. Well, it's not gone. I mean, the money's still there. It's just not ours anymore. It's no longer claimable by us, right? So it's not like the money just disappears. Oh no, the Treasury is very glad to grab that $1 billion if nobody else does, right? Yeah. All right, so here we go. I'll spend a little bit of time here in the chat. I'm not going to spend a whole bunch of time. I'm not going to sit here for an hour going through the chat, but I'll just do what I can to answer questions. If there was something that I didn't elaborate well or something like that, I'll just do what I can to answer those. Warren Hinkle says, you asked the people that do your taxes and they've never heard anything like this? You've got the wrong accountants. They sound like absolute morons. They don't know about this? If they don't know about this, they better go back to school, because this is the most basic thing in the world. Yeah, Warren, you've got the wrong tax accountants. They are absolute idiots if they don't know about this. You should actually have them look into this because this is a real thing, okay? I mean, literally, look it up. Go on Google right now and type in IRS announcement on Monday, what was the date on Monday? I don't even know. What's today? Today's the 9th, I think. 9, 8, 7, 9, 8, 7, 6. Yeah, 6th, I think. Monday was the 6th, I think. I'm not really sure. I think so. Yeah, the 6th. Look it up. IRS announcement May 6th. Look it up. They just talk about it on Monday. So yeah. Chris, hey Chris, I'm not sure how to say your last name. I apologize, but you said you received the soap. That's awesome. Nice. That's very cool. Glad you enjoyed it. Hey, it smells so good, right? Yeah, it's very good. Oh, great. Glad you love it. That's so cool. Nice. Thank you, Chris. Bobby Waldron says, hi, Matt. Hello, Bobby. Thanks for being here. Ronald Jr. Hey, sorry, I'm not sure how to say your last name there, but what about SSI disability? That's what I get. Yeah, the same situation here. If you didn't get those 2 stimulus checks, yeah, it doesn't matter what type of benefit you get. It has nothing to do with the type of benefit you get. If you were eligible for it and you didn't get it, then yeah, okay, that's what it comes down to. Gil Garcia, hello. Thanks for being here. Nice to have you here. Ernestine, hello. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Deborah Chapman in the house. I saw you were in the pool. That's nice, hot. And it looks like Deborah Chapman is yelling at someone. I like it. I have not seen the message yet, but yeah, thanks, Deborah. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's inevitable every single time. Just, yeah. Yeah, Carmen is saying, what if you're disabled and don't file taxes? You said that you'd have to file taxes. Again, that's the only way to claim the money if you have not received it. So if you did not get the $1,200 or the $600 from 2020, it's the only way to claim it. Whether you're disabled or not, elderly or not, it doesn't matter. It's the only way you can get it anymore if you did not get the $1,200 or the $600 from 2020, 3 years ago. Yeah, Latanya Smith, hello. Nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Yeah, this guy clearly isn't listening to even a single word that's being said because he's saying more BS. Yeah, it's just ridiculous. You clearly did not listen to a word that is being said here. Look it up. I say it all the time. That's why I'm being so defensive here in this video, because I'm just like, you got to listen. I mean, seriously, whatever. So just more of this. We'll go ahead and block this guy, just like all the other meatheads that say dumb stuff. Yep, get rid of this guy. Goodbye. Yep. Perfect. Okay. Annette Williams, hello. Thanks for being here. Really appreciate that. Nice message. Thank you. Yeah, Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you. Annette Williams. Thank you. Yeah, Adam Dorn. I think I'm saying your last name correctly. Maybe not. I apologize if I'm not. But yeah, you said you didn't get it because you were claimed as a dependent. Yeah, that's a thing too. Okay, that is a real thing that may make somebody ineligible for it. Is if you're claimed as an adult dependent, you don't get it. That's a tough situation, right? That was a major issue that we had a couple years ago when we were in the heat of the moment when all this was happening. Yeah, people that were being claimed as an adult dependent were not getting them. So yeah. Yeah, Crystal Kelly, you're very welcome. Thanks for the nice message. I appreciate it. Yeah, Earl Jones, thanks again. That's a very kind message as well. Been watching for many years. Thank you. Yeah, a lot of things are changing. It's a weird time out there, right? Yeah, thank you, Earl Jones. That's very kind of you. Yeah, Miss Hope, thanks again. Nice to have you here. Nice to see you. You've been around a long time. I know that. Bobby Waldron, all is well. Thank you. I appreciate you asking. That's very kind of you. Yeah, all is good. Thank you. Melissa, hello. Nice to have you here. Thank you. Yeah, Shirley Kirby, hello. Nice to have you here as well. Thank you. Tamika Davis checking in. Hello, Tamika. Melanie Barnes says hello. Hello, Melanie. Thanks for being here. Yeah, Denise M saying hello with a bunch of exclamation marks. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks, Denise. Hope you're having a nice day as well. Yeah, Chris is saying May 6th. Yeah, thank you. I had to count backwards from today. Yeah. You ever do that? Sometimes it's just like, oh, what was the date on Monday again? I don't know. What's the date today? Oh, it's the 9th. Let's see. 8, 7, 6. Oh, yeah, 6. Yeah, right. So thanks, Chris. I appreciate it. But yeah, that's great. Sandy Spencer, you said, do I go to the IRS website? I'm not sure if you're looking for the press release or the announcement that they made. You could probably find it on there. Otherwise, just do a simple Google search. You could find it there as well. I think that's what you're talking about. But yeah, you could find stuff on the IRS website. But yes, they're absolutely talking about this. Yeah, Imaginator, so glad you started working over 50 years ago. Now it's time to wait for the checks. Yeah. Which, by the way, I know you know better, not stimulus checks. I know you know better, Imaginator. Don't make me block you. I'm kidding. You know I'm kidding. Warren Hinkle, they said that um, Warren Hinkle, they said whether you file or not, you won't get it because there's nothing to get. Well, it depends. Warren Hinkle, what I'd be wondering is, did you get the 1,200 or the 600 from back in 2020? If you didn't, then again, I would just challenge what they're saying. If that's all I'm saying. But if you already got the 1,200 and the 600, then they're right. There is nothing to get. This is only for the people that did not get it yet. Does that make sense? Okay. So this is nothing. This is nothing new. It's not a double up. It's not a bonus. It's not some extra. It's nothing like that. It's just for the people that did not get either the 1,200 or the 600, both or one of them from 2020, 3 years ago. That's what it is. Okay. So it depends. If you already got it, then yes, 100%. They're right. You did. There's nothing else to claim, right? Yes, correct. But if you did not get them, then that's not totally true. You should still be able to get those, right? Yeah. Clarence Myers is asking, is there ever going to be another stimulus? You need money now. Totally agree. A lot of people need a lot of extra money right now. It's actually interesting. I've been reading a number of things. And again, who knows what's going to happen the rest of this year? I'm not going to sit here and act like I know what's coming. I don't know that. Nobody really knows that, right? I mean, maybe there's some people out there that have a pretty good idea of what's going on for the rest of the year, or have this big a pretty good idea. But anyway, I've been reading a number of different things out there that are suggesting toward the end of this year, or at least the second half of this year, which by the way, the second half of this year starts in about a month and a half from now. Okay, we will be in the third quarter of the year in about a month and a half. That's going to be coming quick here. But I've been reading a number of pieces of information coming in suggesting the second half of the year we're going to see a stock market crash of anywhere between 30 and 50%. Now again, is that just fear-mongering? Is that just people saying, oh, get ready, the sky's going to fall? If that happens, that means the economy is going straight down too, okay? So either way, if it happens, the likelihood of stimulus at that point gets a lot greater. If nothing happens like that, well then the likelihood of stimulus checks is just not very high then. Just saying that, okay? It's all based on the economy. That's what it's all based on every time. Tim Tech with, I think. I like the name. Thanks, Tim. Thanks for being here. Yeah, Judy is saying she wished she could have waited to get that money now. It definitely would be needed now. Yeah. So the thing is with Judy, she gets it. She's saying, hey, I already got the 3 checks. I wish I could have them now. Yeah, I totally agree, right? But yeah, if you already got it, then this is not this is not focused on you. If you already got the 3. Teresa Doyle, hello, nice to have you here. Deborah Chapman, thank you. Yeah, Anthony, hello, nice to have you here, Anthony. Great to see you. Okay. Eric Johnson, Cleveland in the house, he says. Thanks, Eric. Tamika Davis, hello. Yep, Don Martin, SSI is still below the poverty level. Yep, below the poverty level by about 33%. Yep. Yeah, Yvette Bell, thank you. I appreciate it. Joni Filia. I know, I struggle with your last name every time. I apologize. But yeah, Joni, I see your message there. Thank you. Liz from upstate New York. Hello. Thanks for being here, Liz. Yeah, Roxanne Justice from Georgia. Hello. Another confused guy. So we'll do the right thing. Yep. Perfect. All right, so looks like I probably answered just about everything. Obviously, I'm missing some of the comments here, but I think I, kind of gave all the information there is to know about this. It's not like a ton of information. It's just I wanted to talk through the details of it. But again, if you want to check out any of this, if you want to fact check any of this, feel free to do a Google search. Who knows? Maybe I'll even, when this video goes up here, maybe I'll even go on Google. I'll find a couple articles and I'll plop them into the description. So anybody that doubts this, you can go down into the description and look around there. I'll probably stick a couple links in just so you can check it there if you want. You can read about this and even exactly what the IRS said just on Monday. 3 days ago on the 6th, okay? A couple days ago, okay? So anyway, just want to bring this to your attention. We're going to wrap it up there. I don't really know if there's anything else to talk about this. As always, if you want me to come back and talk about this in a future video, we only have 8 days, so I have to do it in the next couple days here if that's the case. But otherwise, it's just for the people that did not get the 1,200 or the 600 in 2020. That's what it comes down to, okay? Now, if you did not get the 1,400 from 2021, well, then you have another year to claim it out until tax day, April 15th of next year, 2025, okay? So, but why wait? If you did not get it, why would you wait to get that? Again, just do what you got to do for your best situation, but just want to make that clear. Anyway, let's just leave it at that for now. I could sit here and just, talk about this forever, but it's not really going to, do any action to get the money into your pocket. So anyway, let's leave it at that. Again, thanks so much for joining me. Please, if you haven't done so, subscribe. If you haven't done so, there should be a subscribe button down below somewhere. Otherwise, once this video goes up, if you still have further questions, feel free to stick a comment, question, feedback, anything like that in the comment section of this video, and I can always come back and talk about it later in a separate video or live stream, whatever you need. Just let me know. I want to do what I can to help you. Okay, it's $1 billion that's still out there. If we don't get it, the Treasury keeps it, and who knows what they do with it. Okay, it's $1 billion of basically your money that's sitting there waiting, and if you don't claim it, then it's no longer ours. So just want to make that clear. All right, so I'm going to unplug the mic. When I do, it starts talking, so you might want to click off now. If not, that's totally fine too. Oh, by the way, if you're still watching this, and if you're wondering what I'm talking about here, watch the first 10 minutes of the video. I talked all about everything there in the first 10 minutes. You can get all the details there. Make sense? All right, enjoy your day. Thanks for watching. Have a good one, and I'm going to hit this button. Finish. All right, have a nice day. I'll catch you again later. All right, see ya.